Welcome back to Mr. Orr's Flipped Classroom for Grammar. Today we're going to start Chapter 2 looking at the nouns including kinds of nouns. Remember, those of you who have made some mistakes in the past, the point is to move forward productively and positively. Take quality notes. Stop the video if you need to write things down. Or watch the video once with the sound off just to write down the content. Then go back with the notes mostly already complete. And then listen to the commentary and explanation of both the hows, the definitions, and the examples. Bring your questions to class. If you already have your practice packet, maybe try a couple of exercises while this is fresh in your mind and bring those questions to class. The most important thing is to understand you are in charge of determining whether or not you understand this as you're going along. Don't wait until a test to be surprised by what you actually understood. Let's begin. Definitions. First, this is review. A noun is a word that names a person, place, thing, or idea. Kinds of nouns. The first two kinds of nouns should be somewhat familiar to you. First is a common noun. This is a general noun. It's not typically capitalized unless it's a title, the first word of a sentence or of a quotation, or it's a special case. Types of common nouns are cat and dog. Proper nouns are more specific nouns. They're capitalized unless it's a very unusual case. These are usually things that are describing something specific. So instead of saying a cat from Siam, you might say it's a Siamese. The key is that we're not having this proper word, this capitalized word, come in front of a noun as a describing word. It has to be the noun by itself to be a proper noun. A few more kinds of nouns. First, this may be new, a concrete noun. A concrete noun can be found using one or more of the five senses: sight, sound, touch, smell, and taste. We know these things exist in the physical world because our senses tell us that, not because we interpret that or we think it symbolically represents that. Concrete nouns actually are out there. The opposite of a concrete noun is an abstract noun. These are ideas, feelings, or qualities that cannot be sensed through any of the five senses. We feel that they exist in an emotional sense. We believe that they exist in an ideological sense. Words like freedom, joy, and fear, even love. We may have an object or a picture or a person that comes to mind that symbolically represents that idea, but it's not what that idea actually is. One more type of noun, a collective noun. A collective noun names a group of people or things, but it can also be singular or plural. Think of the word team. Anytime you use the word team, the implication is that there's more than one member of that team. And yet, you can still have a single team or you can have two teams. Same thing applies to the word class or classes, herd or herds, school or schools. All right. First practice. Apples are my favorite snack. Honey Crisp is the best kind. So you may automatically recognize apple and maybe even Honey Crisp as a type of apple. Okay, that's not too hard. What else is there? Well, we have the word snack and the word kind even. So let's go ahead and figure out what kinds we have. Apples are common and concrete. Now, there's no reason to capitalize it in that part of the sentence, even if it's the first word. And our eyes and our ears and our sense of smell and our sense of taste and touch can tell us that they exist. A snack. A snack is a thing. It's something that's concrete. Typically, abstract nouns are going to be ideas. People, places, and things are going to be typically concrete. Honeycrisp might have confused some of you who aren't familiar with the term because it was the first word in a sentence. You may not have known that wasn't the reason why it was capitalized. It's a specific variety of apple, and it is proper, but it's still concrete. And the word kind. You might not have thought of that as being a noun, but kind here is a noun. It's a thing. It's the kind. It's common and it's abstract because we're not, what kind are we talking about? We need more details. We need something to picture. We're not sure. The school of angelfish fled in fear from the hammerhead. Okay, nouns. I see school, angelfish, fear, and hammerhead. School is common, concrete, and collective. So every noun is going to be common or proper. Every noun will be concrete or abstract. Later on, next lesson, we'll talk about singular and plural. Every noun is either singular or plural. Some nouns are collective and some nouns are compound. School is a collective noun because there's more than one fish in the school of angelfish. Angelfish is proper, more specific, and it is concrete. Fear is common, but it's also abstract. And hammerhead, also proper and concrete. The practice in your packet can be completed in the next class session, or you can go ahead and decide to do some now and bring your questions to class before you even start. Good hunting.